This County Health Committee meeting is now called to order. Regarding approval of minutes for April 27th, 2021 and May 25th, 2021, are there any corrections? Oh, make a motion first.
You want to get a motion? Ask for a motion in a second.
I need a motion, a first and second motion. Linda and Dr. Blair. Who's writing this now?
Jan's got it.
Okay.
All right, so now you can ask for correction.
Oh, are there any corrections or changes to these minutes? If there are none,
Ask for the vote.
I now need a vote. All those in favor?
Aye.
Nay.
All those opposed?
Oppose? We now have a motion
Motion carries.
carried. Thank you. Thank you, Scott. Okay. We will now have reports of committees. And we'll begin with the Board of Health, Monica Hendrickson.
Good afternoon. In your packet is our May Board of Health meeting. Included in there is one of our program review presentations. We did meet this month as well. We had a presentation on the year one for the Edwards grant settlement. Overview of our Board of Health currently is the facilities update, which we recognize that the request for proposals should be closing next Monday, as well as just surveillance around COVID and our grant cycle start as well. More than happy to answer any questions.
Are there any questions? Thank you, Monica. We will now have a report from the Care and Treatment Board. Todd Baker.
Hi, Todd Baker, Chair of Care and Treatment Board. Care and Treatment Board met on 6/9 of 21 and awarded grants to Camp Big Sky, Easter Seals, CWTC, Epic, and Best Buddies. That paperwork's coming through for a total of $982.50. It's 111 over budget, but then the language in the grant will have it payouts into next year. So that's my report. Any questions?
Are there any questions? Thank you, Todd. We will now have a report from the EMA, Emergency Management Agency. Jason, is Jason here?
Monica's going to do that report.
Monica would love to do that, thank you.
Again, I'm back on here. In your packet, Mr. Mark submitted a review of updated issues concerning the EMA. Right now, the biggest thing that we are working through is a consolidation and review of some of the city's emergency operations center and planning purposes. Likewise, I would say the other aspects are looking at some of our outdoor warning systems. They're starting to age out. We've been working with County GIS just to get a better understanding of which ones we would actually need to update, replace, or allow to maybe expand the capacity of other sirens in the surrounding areas. More than happy to answer any questions.
Any questions? Thank you again, Monica. We will now have a report from the Regional Office of Education. Beth Kreider.
Hello, everyone.
Hello.
Just a few things to update you because we're getting ready to hit back to school, which is, that just feels so overwhelming to me that we're already at that point. So George and I in July attended our Illinois Association of Regional School Superintendents annual meeting down in Springfield and got a lot of good updates from our lobbyist and met in person with the Illinois State Board of Education and got a lot of good updates that way. Peoria Regional Learning Center, we had a retreat today and did some strategic planning about how to possibly bring in some CNA courses to them and other workforce development pieces, as well as food. We really struggle with how to feed them there, and that seems so basic, but it's important. And we have new staff out there as well that we're very excited about. The two important things that I wanted to talk to you about, though, is our attendance campaign. Tomorrow, I'm bringing in, if those of you know Raphael, he's this videographer, coming in and doing some videos for us. Peoria Public Schools is reporting an astronomical amount of kindergartners and first graders that missed over 100 days of school. We're talking hundreds of children that missed over 100 days of school. We're gathering all that information, we're gathering all of that data. When you miss that many days of the year, you need to learn how to read, the fundamentals of mathematics and inquiry for science. That is significant. So we're starting an attendance campaign called Rebound with Attendance. It's a national campaign with Campaign Works. So tomorrow I have Marcella Somerville, the Peoria High basketball team. Rebound, and I'm a sports person, so the leap was not too big here. So we're doing a whole basketball rebound theme with coming back to school, with the idea of attend today and you will achieve tomorrow. We need you back in school. We have all been through something. We will meet you where you're at. What do you need? We need you back in school. And that's going to be our theme. I'm looking to do a press conference. I will let you all know when that is, so that if you want to join me, to just say we need you back in our buildings. Which leads to then back to school, which has been interesting. And my partner in crime back there, the health department, we've already had several meetings with your Peoria County superintendents. The guidance has shifted ever so. Vaccination is the key. It is the layer of defense that we need, but 12 and under, your smallest children cannot be vaccinated, so we still need to look at layered mitigation, and we're working through what that looks like in your public schools, but we are meeting some challenges with that, including the CDC recommending today that everyone be masked in school. So that was new today, and I don't know what that's going to look like moving forward. But Peoria Public Schools did move in their board meeting last night to do masking. None of the rest of your districts will go with that policy unless that becomes guidance. They're looking at optional masking if you are vaccinated. So there's just still a lot of question marks as we get ready to go back to school, but everyone will be going back for face-to-face instruction. At this point, I should say.
Are there any questions?
Go ahead, Sharon.
Oh, yes, Sharon?
Hey, Beth, can you talk a little bit about, I saw on TV that the teachers were visiting homes, having at-home visits. Can you give us a little more information on what was going on there?
So Peoria Public Schools has a very specific attendance campaign, and then we have the broader county-wide campaign, and we've been working together via Zoom to help align those teams. We wound up with a surplus of money to support our homeless population, and we're using all of that money to bring our truancy staff back early so that they can go door to door, knock on doors, with the message of, welcome back, we really want you back in school. What's your vaccination? I'm not talking about COVID now, I'm talking about your MMR and all the required vaccinations to go to school. Do you have your physical? What do you need? We've been working with the OSF Caravan to get it in zip codes that need to get those pieces in place for first day compliance of going back to school. Finding those kids that missed more than 80 to 100 days of school. We've never had these kind of numbers before, of this many students that we were out knocking on doors trying to give them that booster they need to get back in school. Missed a lot of days out there.
Beth, I do have a question. In regards, educationally wise, what is the plan to get them to a place where they're ready for first grade since they have missed so much?
I'm open to ideas, but what we're trying is this. First of all, a robust summer school was offered across the county because most school districts used their ESSER funding or the American Recovery money. They used those dollars for summer school. If that was not the answer, not everyone attended summer school, there will be interventions put in place next year. When you have numbers that certain school districts are looking at, you can't just have everyone repeat kindergarten. You don't have that many kindergarten teachers. And then what happens to first grade? It's a domino effect. So many districts are looking at how do you move them on to the next grade, put interventions in place to accelerate their learning and their development to catch them up, because there are going to be some gaps.
Yes, for sure. Thank you. Any other questions? Okay, thank you. Sustainability and Resource Conservation, Becca Contrell.
Good afternoon, thanks. Only have a few additions to what was listed in the agenda brief. The household hazardous waste event being probably the most important. I've been told by the IEPA as of today that they'll be releasing those dates on their website very soon, so that will be public to everyone soon. And with that, there will be a registration link, which is how we did it in 2019. And that will be released, and that registration link includes several appointments, 25 appointments per 15 minutes. Will be released either August 16th or August 23rd, so that information, the flyer and all of the supporting information will be on the website. Ahead of that, the link will go out on that date. And then in terms of just general county sustainability, we did submit a pre-approval application to Ameren for a feasibility study for HVAC equipment at the JDC and the jail. Doesn't mean we have to do the feasibility study, but we were seeking pre-approval for that feasibility study and should hear back very soon.
Great.
And other than that,
Yeah, while you're there, do you have something for the landfill update since Chris is not here?
the landfill committee will meet again on August 4th. They haven't met since the board meeting. The receipts did dip a bit in the early spring, but have rebounded for the beginning of summer, which is great to see because they were quite low for a while. But with construction and projects going on, it has improved and has come back to almost regular, actually a little above regular levels for June.
Any questions for both of those items? Thank you. Now, we will entertain a motion for the committee action for the review of the executive session minutes. Sharon and Dr. Blair. And now,
Dana explain what the recommendation is.
okay, now, yeah, Dana Hughes is here to explain that for us.
Thank you. It is the recommendation of the state's attorney's office that all previously held minutes continue to be held as the need for confidentiality still exists, and to destroy executive session audio recordings more than 2 years old, except those that relate to pending litigation.
Thank you. Anything else? Okay, we'll move on to, we need a vote. Can we get a vote for approval?
All those in favor?
All those in favor?
Aye.
Those opposed?
Motion carries.
Motion is carried. Thank you. Now I can go into discussion.
Yep.
And Scott will bring a discussion regarding Health and Human Service Campus.
Thanks, Madam Chair. Just for everyone's memory, RFQ submittals for architectural and engineering firms for that RFQ and construction manager at risk firms for that RFQ. Those are due on Monday, August 2nd, at which time we'll start the evaluation process, and we're still on track to bring forward a recommendation for awards of contracts for both of those services at your next regularly scheduled meeting. Nothing else to report on that. Happy to try and answer any questions if there are any. Yep.
Okay. We're at a place for any miscellaneous or announcements at this time.
Madam Chair, I do have one if there aren't any from any of the committee members. Well, they should go first, but if they don't have any, then I do have one.
I didn't see any hands go
Okay.
up.
Becca, if you could come forward, please. I'd like July 10th, so earlier this month, Becca celebrated her 15th service anniversary with us.
Congratulations.
Congratulations, you're a valuable member of the team.
Yes, for sure. Any others? Okay. Is there any other further business to come before the Health Committee? If not, this meeting is adjourned. Thank you. I'll have to get that in order.
Is it like crazy hot in here or? No? Not to me. You're warm? No.
Welcome.
Can't go off of me because